lower than 4th last season, and they almost beat San Antonio X Factor in the finals at the World Cup last October. It looked like Impact's amazing roster would sail into 2014 as one of the favorites yet again, but then they lost 3 of their best players to Houston Heat, and their future at the top was uncertain. But Impact would not take those losses lightly, and they started going after talent. Instead of picking up older, more established pros, they decided to pick up a few young, hungry, yet proven talents to help rebuild the team. Danny Park came over from the Ironman to play the Snake. Nick Laval from Upton 187 crew will be on the D side, and Ryan Martin has solid skills and he can play everywhere. They also signed Rainey Stanzik from Damage. Though they don't have the overall experience level they did last year, the team is still stacked. Dave Baines, Justin Cornell, and Justin Rabakoff are 3 of the best players in the world, and the Yakmek brothers, Zane and Zach, have proved that they can play against anyone. Impact will still have the ability to win events, and their smart off-season moves should keep them in the title hunt in 2014. Last season was a disappointment for Los Angeles Infamous. They never made it into the finals, and they had to play in relegation games to preserve their Champions League spot throughout the year, and they finished 7th overall. The team was inconsistent in 2013, but they do have the talent to win, as they have mostly the same squad who was able to win 2 years ago in Chicago. The roster is stacked with talented veterans who play with a big chip on their shoulders. Damian Ryan has been nothing short of a wrecking ball for the past 2 years. His stats are up there with some of the best in the business, and he plays almost every point. Kevin Rudolph and Nicky Cuba are both experienced clutch support players, and Infamous has aggressive attackers in Brad McCurley, Drew Templeton, and Zach Wake, who have all proved capable in big games. The team is led by Travis Lemansky, who will need to make sure his roster stays focused and is able to utilize the talent that they have at their disposal so they can get back where they believe they deserve to be, on the podium, hosting a first-place trophy.
Welcome back here. Los Angeles Infamous about to throw down right now against Edmonton Impact. Edmonton Impact on your screen right now. New pickups for them. There's one of them right there in front of you. Danny Park coming in from the Los Angeles Ironman. They brought him in to play the Snake. At least that's where he had been really kind of starting to prove himself for the Los Angeles Ironman. And then they also have Rainey Stanzik, who they brought in from Tampa Bay Damage. Ryan Martin, who they brought in from Top Gun Union. Ryan's played for everybody, it seems like, though. He's played for Ironman, played for Dynasty. And then they also have one of my favorite players, Nick Laval. Nick Laval, really smart guy. Can definitely look like a beast out there sometimes, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's going to have to offer Edmonton Impact. You know, he played almost every single point the past 2 seasons for Upton 187 crew. Took an offer to come over and play for this team, and of course, you know, the guys that have been on the team for a long time. Justin Cornell, the Yakmek brothers, amazing players. Joshua Met is a baller. Impact, it could be very, very strong this year. They have all the talent that they need. Of course, they got Big Dave Baines in the backfield. He was one of the highest ranked players of last season. So good stories over on Impact. And on the flip side, LA Infamous, again, underperformed last year. Played in some relegation games. They're normally, at least last year, were slow to start. But, you know, Infamous is one of, well, very few teams that have won events in the past 2 years. They won the Chicago Open in dramatic fashion in a sudden death final against Moscow Red Legion when Brad McCurley stepped up in the Snake, shot 4 Russian players to win sudden death overtime. I mean, they have Damian Ryan, they got Nicky Cuba, they got the Bornstein brothers. They have tons of weapons, and can they utilize all those guys? We'll see. They got Zach Patient back, Callie Rudolph. This is going to be a great match. Let's check in on the sidelines with Lauren Kelly.
I am here with Bart Yakimic. All right, you guys are coming in. Infamous versus Impact. It was a big shock to a lot of people when you lost Sewers, Ryan Moorhead, and Montresor. Were you guys surprised by that as well?
Yeah, actually we were, because at that point we had such a good year thinking that it was going to stick together and everything. But then again, I guess that's the paintball business today. You're going to get beat out sometimes, and it happened. It
is. You got a good pickup with Rainey Stanzik. How confident are you guys feeling coming into today?
Well, we got some talent. I mean, we got Danny Park, Rainey. We got Nick Lavelle from 157, and Ryan Martin, and actually a lot of talent. I'm seeing a lot of talent right now. I think it's a matter of us pulling it together and making sure we work together. And if we can do that, I think we can have some success.
All right, we'll see if they can work together. We got 35 seconds on the clock. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Lauren. There's Damian Ryan right there. Talk about beast of players. Damian Ryan has just been tearing this league apart for the past, especially last year, and the year before that pretty much too. Damian Ryan is incredibly versatile. Quick on the attack, very mobile, great gunfighter. He's pretty much got all the skills you need to be a dominant player, and very motivated to try to get Infamous back to the top of the mountain. On the flip side, there's Edmonton Impact. You got Justin Rabakoff, one of the best. Here we go. Impact on your right, Infamous on your left. We're going to throw 20 minutes on the clock and see who's going to win this battle. The two Titan teams on the breakout. Looks like Impact losing a body, trying to get out wide on that D side of the field, and also Infamous losing a body as well too, but the Damian Ryan's up in the center.
Ooh, Damian Ryan caught a bouncer right off the break. Lucky to still be alive right now. Looks like Drew and Callie both get shot at the same time for LA Infamous, but Dave Baines gets shot. And just people just running into guns, blazing everybody all over the place. Justin Rabikoff able to survive. Looking at Damian Ryan and Zach Patient over here in the Snake 50. Referee coming in to check Damian.
It's a 2-on-2 right now against Damian getting shot.
Yeah, so Damian gets dropped out of that center. Just one player left alive. Zach Patient here in the 50-yard line. Snake, Impact, still with some bodies on the field.
Zach Patient over here in the 50 Snake, gonna get on his belly. Looks like he took a bouncer off top of his head. So he's gonna take a peek.
Is it 1-on-1 right now?
2-on-1.
2-on-1, there it goes.
Yeah, Ryan Martin is still alive over there. Jumps out of the Dorito 1 on into the Dorito 2.
He won't stay there long. He's gonna go down the field. He's not. He doesn't like staying in one place very long. Here comes Justin Rabikoff, right in the head, putting it on.
And there he goes, Justin Rabikoff. Justin Rabikoff and Justin Cornell coming out to the Snake side of the field. Somebody put a nice ball on Damian. He took about 3 steps and got shot on the break, checked himself, but kept going. Really hurt Infamous to lose Callie and Drew at the same time. Let's check out this replay real quick. Here's Justin Rabikoff gonna come up over the God bunker, gun up, and there is Zach Patient gonna come out and get one square on top of his head. Justin Rabikoff doing what he's known to do, close out games for Edmonton Impact. 1-0. We'll be right back after this.
Shooting on the break is what I do. The Vanquish has a pressure-balanced spool valve firing engine. This makes the Vanquish smooth, accurate, and consistent. A recipe for domination on the break. My name is Travis Lemansky. I play for Team Infamous, and the Vanquish takes my game to another level.
Look into the pits for Edmonton Impact. And Edmonton Impact getting on the board first here. Los Angeles Infamous, again, last year known for their slow starts. I would definitely not say that they looked slow starting or flat at all in that first one. It just, Edmonton Impact had a little bit too much for them at that point.
Yeah, you know, they played slow, controlled ball. There was a lot of distractions. People were getting blown to pieces left and right. You know, they sat back, looked for the smoke to clear. Justin Rabikoff, Ryan Martin sat back and just saw what was going on. And at the end of the day, there was Damian Ryan and Zach Patient. Damian Ryan taking a couple balls, and then it was just 2-on-1, and it was kind of a slow push after that.
Yeah. A lot of pickups on the field right now. There's Rainey Stanczek, Danny Park, the Yakimek brothers, and Joshua Met for Impact. Nicky Cuba, Bobby Aviles, Zach Wake, and the Bornstein brothers will be heading to the Dorito side for LA Infamous. On the breakout, Edmonton Impact side, Danny Park takes a quick dive. Rainey Stanczak kneels at the flag station, shooting up the gut, and then crawls. Bobby Aviles asking for a check. Rainey Stanczak able to get up and get out to the Snake side corner. Zach Wake into the Snake 50 right away, though, and peels off Danny Park's face. What a shot right there. Nicky Cuba still locking down the Snake side, but now got to turn towards the Doritos as Infamous loses one body. I think it was Bobby Aviles came walking off the field. Jason Bornstein also getting shot. Yakimek brothers over on the Dorito side of the field. Nicky Cuba spent a little too much time in that little pin. He gets shot. So Zach Wake and Corey Bornstein, the two bodies left. Impact now in that 50 Dorito. Also in that Temple right in the middle of the field. You see right there, number 77, that is Zane Yakimek. He is just pounding on Zach Wake now, trying to keep him in his bunker and not let him play. So Impact in the Dorito side corner. We've got Zach Yakmek, Joshua Met up in the 50 Dorito.
Infamous in good field position here in the snake with Zach Wake. You know, Zach, great story from Zach Wake. I definitely got a chance to do a podcast with him. And, you know, Zach Wake's played for a lot of pro teams, played for 7 pro teams over the years. And really kind of in a situation where this is make or break for him. And definitely has the physical skills to play with the very best. So he's really trying to step it up this year. It's a great story to follow. Zach Wake now, the last player left alive, unfortunately, for Infamous. And though they had good field position over here on the snake side, not able to keep those bodies alive in the back and on the D side. So Zane Yakbek going to grab that flag. Impact looking pretty solid right now.
Yeah, good push over there by Joshua Met to get into the 50 and then win a gun battle down the wire over Corey Bornstein. Came right around. Zach Wake got to end up stuck in that snake by himself. So 2-0 Edmonton Impact. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back, and thank you for accessing awesome paintball gear from RazaLife.com.
Yeah, you know, Raza believes in creating something for absolutely everyone. You can customize any Raza jersey or have your own custom jersey designed just for you.
Wow, Raza sure makes it easy to represent who you are and where you're from with custom jerseys, pants, and much more.
You really can get in on the action and feast on all Raza has to offer by calling right away.
So the story of the year right now is how Raza can really bring out the style your team is looking for. Thanks for checking out RazaLife.com. Come right back after watching this tournament.
So let's check it out here, the game matchup between these two teams. Impact, great attackers on their squad, and they picked up those young, hungry guys, but also with Justin Cornell and Justin Rabakov. I mean, they have a ton of weapons as far as attacking is concerned. Defending, finishing, and clutch. Well, the Yakmeks and as well as Dave Baines look really good. Attacking, Infamous, also really good at that. But last year, they just weren't getting it done as far as defending, finishing, and clutch ability was concerned, which honestly, when you look at those guys and what they've been able to do in the past, was just uncharacteristic. So let's hope Infamous can shake it off for 2014. They need to get something going here right now as they are down 2-0 against Edmonton Impact.
Yeah, Infamous not getting many bodies on the break. Didn't get anybody on the break that last game as Rainey was able to sit in the flag station, shoot his gun, and then Danny Park got to his spot alive. Shortly thereafter got smoked by Zach Wake, but Justin Cornell, Justin Rabakov back on the field, along with Dave Baines, looking to head out towards that Dorito side, maybe shoot across the field and get a kill on the break. Zach Patient lining up with Brad McCurley, and there goes Zach Patient all the way to the snake on the break first, and Justin Rabakov gets to his spot alive, but comes up right over the top right away and catches one at the top of the loader. So Cornell and Rabakov both walking off the field right now. Dave Baines going to make a big fill all the way across the field, but as he turns his back, Impact's going to lose another body. Look like Ryan Martin trying to come across. So this Infamous is right now.
Yeah, Todd, this is Infamous' shot. Get on the board here. Looking real good in all the 50s. D-side center and snake side, now past the 50-yard line on that D side of the field. One player left alive for Impact, and he is going to get shot by Drew Templeton. So 5 players alive for Infamous, and they are able to close the gap here. We got ourselves a 1-point game. That's exactly what Infamous needed right there.
Yeah, I mean, Infamous, when I played for them, we were renowned for going down by 5 points. So, I mean, they're slow starters like we talked about earlier. But, I mean, they're a much better team than they used to be as well. So, I mean, I don't see them getting too far behind without picking it up in the end. And the pits right now with Infamous.
Yeah, so looking at Infamous coming back, getting set to go for the next one. And we'll be right back after this.
Sack up and don't be a...
You gotta believe in yourself. Obviously, this is the one tournament everyone wants to win. We haven't won a World Cup. We haven't won a PSP event in a long time.
So let's check out a replay here. That last point, LA Infamous finally able to get on the board against Edmonton Impact. So over on that D side of the field, looking at Drew Templeton starting to go hunting for that last player. And Drew Templeton running him down. Probably didn't, I mean, you know, Drew's out for blood right now because they're down points and want to make a statement, but they had a lot of players left alive. See, owner of Infamous, Travis Lemansky, coach of the team. Setting the plays. And score 2-1 right now. Heading out to play this next point for Infamous. Looks like they have Jason Bornstein, Bobby Avilas, Corey Bornstein. So the Bornstein brothers out there together. Zach Wake and Nikki Cuba. Edmonton Impact taking the field for them. Joshua Met, Zane Yakmek, Danny Park, Rainey Stanzik, and Zach Yakmek. Here we go. Look at an Infamous on your screen. There's Nikki Cuba, number 9, and the rest of his boys. Gunning up in that center. Can Infamous make it out alive? Zach Wake is able to make it in clean.
Rainey Stanzik just does the creepy crawl all the way to the snake side corner. I think he got a shot in on Nikki Cuba standing at that pin.
You know, also Bobby Villas taking the walk in the break as well, Todd.
Yeah, 5 bodies alive. Zach Yakimek just took a bouncer in the wrist, but he's going to try and come over here to the snake side. He does. So bodies alive everywhere for Edmonton Impact. And here comes Danny Park.
Off to the races over here on the snake side, taking out Zach Wake and finishing out that point for Edmonton Impact. That's why Danny Park was picked up by Edmonton Impact, is to do just that. So unfortunately, again, for Wake, Infamous not able to keep enough players alive to get it done over there, and he gets run down.
Well, Impact making it really hard to get kills on the break for them. You know, Rainey Stanzik, the way that he's able to contort his body, you know, getting really small and then very patient playing that edge, you know, not just running out into the open, blazing his gun, but, you know, very calmly, very methodically making his move. So that's going to give Impact a 3-1 lead. We'll be right back after these messages.
Ever wonder why you feel so great after purchasing from BuyPBL.com? We stock and test only the best to be sold directly to you. And once our team of experts deems that your order is complete, it gets the stamp. Once your order is packed, our team of shippers will get you your goods fast. Ooh, yeah. Never have a bad shopping experience again. Shop at BuyPBL.com. Feel free, alive, and incredibly rich.
Yeah, special shout out to all the Canadians out there. Definitely want to go to BuyPBL and also support the Canadian Paintball League up there. The XPXL do an awesome job keeping paintball alive in the far north. Man, they play full X-Ball too. It's crazy. Also, the roster Season 2 finale is going to be being played tomorrow during the lunch break. Check out how World Cup was won by San Antonio X Factor. Also, Season 3 of the roster is, and this all brought to you by Planet Eclipse, is going to be about Chicago Aftershock, and they look really good this year, so that is going to be awesome. Also, this game brought to you by Extreme Pros. Steve Ree doing a great job helping promote the sport out in California. Got a great store out in Orange County. They also have store events every month, though, so check in with them and help support the people that support us.
They're fun, too. He's right on the street from my house. Good cookouts. So
there's Nick Laval, number 13. New pickup. Edmonton Impact with Ryan Martin over there. Right in the middle, number 12. Those two have been balling together. You know, doing some work over here. Dave Baines. That's Damian Ryan right there, number 69. From LA Infamous with the infamous skull goggles. Brad McCurley getting set to come out this side all the way. Oh, Brad McCurley takes one on the break. Getting shot, and looks like Ryan Martin gets shot on the break as well. So Dave Baines, he gets one and gets bonus balled. He comes walking off. 3 bodies left alive for Impact, 4 bodies left alive for Infamous.
And this is another big point for Infamous. You don't want to let Impact start running away with this game. 3-1's the score, 13:30 left on the clock. 4 players left alive for Infamous. They have Impact on their heels right now. Need to take advantage of this situation. No one in the snake for either team, and then here a move being made as Justin Cornell. Ooh, and looks like he gets shot in his pack, so now the door is starting to open for Infamous over here on this Snake side. They have 2 players this way, Damian Ryan, Zach Patient, Drew Templeton, and Callie Rudolph left alive for Infamous.
Oh, now just Nick Laval left alive for Edmonton Impact as Cornell and Rabikoff both get shot out of the Snake. And Laval, see if he can get some of those heroics, goes with the one-arm left hand gangster gat, unable to peel back any bodies, but looking real hyphy while he's doing it. And so that's going to be 5 bodies walking off the field for Edmonton Impact. LA Infamous getting back in the game. Again, keeping that a 1-point spread. There's Zach Patient, number 88, back again. See that replay real quick. Here goes Nick Laval.
Yeah, look at this Nick Laval.
Shooting left. Switches right, fade away. What up, blood?
By any means necessary, just trying to get somebody, but wasn't enough. So Infamous is going to take that point here and going to make this a 1-point game. 2-3 is the score.
Oh, man.
You know, but coming back, man, you know, it's a zigzag games all across the board.
Yeah, so we got ourselves a 1-point game, 12:30 on the clock. We'll be right back after this. There's in the pits right now with Edmonton Impact.
What are we losing? On the break corner, okay.
Listen in real quick.
Last one in.
Our snake was good. We lost our middle guy and our wide, but our snake was stood up on top of the
Bart Yakmek talking to his players. That was Justin Rabikoff giving him a little bit of information to help make some game plans with. And here back on the field, big move made up the center by Damian Ryan for Los Angeles Infamous. Let's see if he can make it happen here. He gets shot out of there though. One body dropping off for Edmonton Impact. And in the Snake, both teams have a player at the 50. This is going to get interesting. Brad McCurley, and it looks like, oh, so.
Yeah, there's a little crease in between those 2 cakes in the Snake, and Brad McCurley just shot Danny Park right through the bottom of it, then stood up and shot the rest of Edmonton Impact off that side of the field right there. So Danny Park tried to skirt over to get in position to protect himself, but Brad McCurley stuck his barrel right in the middle of that hole. You know, just the tiniest little gap in between that small cake and that tall cake in the Snake 50. So doing a good job right there, putting the team on his back, diving into that Snake and killing a whole bunch of people. Brad McCurley going to even this ball game up at 3-3 now with 11:48.
That's exactly what Infamous needed, man. They needed to get on the board here, tie it up, let Edmonton Impact know that they came to the Dallas Open to try to win this thing. Not get smacked around. They weren't getting smacked around, but they were definitely getting beat to the punch earlier on in this match. But let's listen in here.
He was that cake on the left, and then I wrapped inside. I wish you had survived it. Yeah, there, but when he shot me, he was in the X. No, he was not in the X. I get it. Unless he was after. I killed him in the X. Oh, okay, after. Sorry. So then they had 2 guys.
So we're back. So that was Rainey Stanzik and Danny Park having a little conversation. 2 of the new pickups for Edmonton Impact this season. And there's Bart Yakmek coaching his boys. And on the flip side, there's Nikki Cuba. Look at all those beards.
Beard gang.
Fear the beards, man.
All these guys, except Zach Wake. I don't think
he can grow one. I was going to say the same
Zach
thing.
Patient, too.
Zach Patient, Brad McCurley. He has a little peach fuzz.
Zach Patient's too pretty for a beard, though.
Yeah.
I don't think it would work.
Yeah, look at Corey Bornstein. Looking tough
crazy.
out there.
That scared me a little bit.
That makes my beard happy.
It looks like he's talking to the bottom of his mask.
Yeah, and talk about hitting the gym in the offseason. Nicky Cuba came in looking like a beast for 2014.
I went to go shake his hand and he about broke my wrist.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Nicky, on your new baby. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So the Bornstein brothers, 2 newcomers to the infamous lineup, which was already strong. They really like those guys, too. They fit in perfectly with the team. Corey Bornstein played with Impact last year, so this is probably a little bit of an interesting match for him. Now on the breakout, both teams looking like able to get out 5 alive. We haven't seen this in a while. Bobby Aviles getting checked out, and he is going to scamper into the snake.
Yeah, Dave Baines looked like he put a good ball on Bobby. It bounced. Bobby took advantage of it and dove straight into the snake right there. And now Dave Baines gets shot in the arm. Couldn't get small enough in that pin. 2 bodies down now for Edmonton Impact. Still 5 alive for LA Infamous. And Ryan Martin gets shot and comes walking off the field. Bobby Aviles up in that 50 snake right now. Here we have Jason Bornstein making the move out of the corner, getting up into the Dorito 2. Now steps into the 50 Dorito. Justin Cornell is going to get shot. Justin Rabikoff left. And he is going to catch the last one and come walking off the field.
And all of a sudden, the momentum has shifted towards the Los Angeles Infamous here. All 5 players alive for them. Bornstein, the 2 Bornsteins, Aviles, Wake, and Cuba.
Wow. Great shooting on the break. Good movement, slow, controlled pushes.
Yeah, and Corey, who hung the flag, actually chopping people up there, able to get a kill, along with his brother Jason. Nicky Cuba and Zach Wake getting 1 each. We'll be right back after this. So the tables have turned. Infamous now up against Edmonton Impact. Score 4-3, 10 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Make sure you follow Paintball Access on Instagram as well as Facebook. And we have more games coming at you this afternoon. 3 more after this. X Factor going to be taking on Texas Storm. And then Tampa Bay Damage against Infamous, followed by Impact and X Factor in a rematch from the finals of World Cup 2013.
Yeah, there's Infamous on your screen right there. Brad McCurley got the job done a couple games ago. Impact trying to figure it out right now. You know, started off pushing really hard down that Dorito side, getting kills on the break. And then attacking, but, you know, got Danny Park and Rainey back in right now. See if they can get something going. There's Josh Wimette. There's Damian Ryan, Brad McCurley, Drew Templeton. I like the addition of the Bornsteins to Infamous because of the way that the squads are divided up now. You know, I like the way that Travis Lemansky has put the Bornsteins with Bobby and Nicky. And once again, LA Infamous doubling up that pin, getting out alive. Oh, looks like Drew Templeton might have got shot in the pack.
Oh, minor penalty, though, on Edmonton Impact over here on the snake side. Danny Park
just going to work, Matty.
Yeah, Danny Park just got up and stabbed. I think that was Zach Patient. So Danny Park earning his stripes over here, but unfortunately for him, he has no back players left because of that minor penalty. So here comes Damian Ryan running down, taking out Danny Park. And looks like Brad McCurley, no, Drew Templeton. Yeah, Brad McCurley left alive. He might be the last player left alive here in this chaotic point.
I'm a Danny Park fan, to be honest with you. I was last year.
So am I, yeah, absolutely.
I was last year, and I have nothing but good things to say about the kid. He's very humble. He's very nice. He always has been, man. I mean, I don't think he ages.
Well, it's pretty cool that he took a really long break from the sport to do some real-life stuff, and then had a pretty good season for Ironman last year, and then got picked up to play the Snake for Edmonton Impact. Let's check out this replay here. So here comes this big move. This is Man, Damian Ryan all the way, able to take out Danny Park. And then that left it open for Brad McCurley to come through and clean it up, grab the flag. Another point for Los Angeles Infamous. So the game after the beginning of this match starting out 2-0 with Edmonton Impact, slowly but surely Los Angeles Infamous not only getting back in this match, but taking the momentum away from Impact. 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go here. Looks like a timeout has been called.
Yeah, not a situation that Impact was in very much last season, you know, being down points. LA Infamous, you know, is going down a couple points to start, but getting back in this game right now, taking over the momentum and getting back on top by 2 points. You know, we'll see test that clutch performance stat that we see at the beginning of the games over here for Edmonton Impact. We know they have clutch players, but Infamous on a little bit of a run right now.
You know, they're looking pretty good too, Todd. They're coming down the field really well. They're picking their lanes really well, staying on the lanes, and keeping them from coming down the field and filling those spots that are getting shots on the break. You know, even though that Impact is maybe getting up in the Snake 50, they're still taking out the back players and their fillers as well. So it's very effective for them right now.
Yeah, so we'll see what Impact decides to come with here late in this game. Down bodies. What kind of game plans? Travis Lemansky right now putting the game behind together for LA Infamous. So
is that Dan Wake?
Yeah, we're going to take a quick little break here. We'll be right back after this timeout.
Infamous, you guys are playing Impact right now. You're up 2 points. I saw you in a team huddle during that timeout. What strategies were you guys talking about?
Just figuring out what they're doing, especially, you know, what line they're putting out there to personnel, so we could match up our game plan to their personnel, because they're doing something very consistent with their players, and we're kind of picking up on that. So we're going to use that to our advantage. You know, we got 3 coaches here, and it's, you know, like scientists over here. We're making the plan, and we're going to, you know, just turn it up, you know, drop the hammer right now.
All right, cool. We'll see if they can keep the lead. We got 22 seconds on the board.
Well, it definitely helps out having Greg Posey and Travis Lemansky and the brain trust of Infamous over there helping give information to the players. The more that, you know, the players are allowed to just focus on their jobs and what they need to do, the better things are going to be. And it looks like Infamous is definitely starting to pick up on what Impact was doing right early on, because it's been all them here towards the second half of this match. Now Infamous running all the way. Damian Ryan up to the center. Impact sending Danny Park, but then he gets taken out as soon as he gets to that first crack right there towards the 50, gets shot and taken out by Damian Ryan. So nice job by Infamous. That was a good play. Damian Ryan holding down that center there, top left portion of your screen. Now you can see the eye in the sky view, and he's rolling his gun trying to keep Impact out of the snake. Impact still with 4 players alive. Oh, but it looks like Zach Patient getting shot. Is that Brad or Zach? Yeah, it looks like Zach Patient coming off. So no one in the snake for either team right now. 3 players left alive for Infamous. This is Impact's chance. They have Josh Mamet, Ryan Martin, Justin Rabakoff, and Zach Yakmak still on the field. A 1-body advantage. But Infamous has Damian Ryan up in that center, and that's been the difference so far. Damian is just looking for a place to stay alive and try to get a shot, thinking maybe he can cut through the center of that bunker.
Drew Templeton gets shot off that Dorito side too. Callie Kevin is shot right before that, so just Damian and Brad left alive here for LA Infamous. But it is a 2-on-2 right now, Ryan Martin and Justin Rabikoff, but Ryan Martin gets shot.
Yeah,
So,
Ryan Martin came over the top of that. I don't think he dropped the ball there because he didn't see where that other gun was, and he got blown to bits trying to come over the top of that bunker. So Justin Rabikoff going to have a hard time back here. Last player left alive, looking at 2 bodies.
Yeah, Justin Rabikoff fighting as much as he possibly can. There's Brad McCurley's view of what he's got to work with against Justin Rabikoff. Like I was saying earlier, you can get into the snake over here, but it's really tough to go very far past the 50 if there's players on this side of the field. So, with Justin being in that corner, the only place you can really go is to that next mini race bunker that's offset a little bit from the snake on the sideline. But, this is one of those situations where Brad might have that, might have that ability to make it in there.
So here comes Brad pushing up past the 50.
That's a lot of ground to cover, too, between where they're at and where Justin Rabikoff is.
Unless you're Carl Markowski.
Touche.
So let's see. We've seen Justin do stuff like this before, but he's going to have to switch his gun towards Damien now. Oh, did he get shot, Damien? No, he didn't now. Justin backs up, totally committing towards that side, towards Damien. This is a really tough position for him. He's wheeling and dealing back there, back and forth. You have to keep your head on a swivel in this situation because if you get zoned up on one guy when it's 2-on-1, oh, and then finally they're able to take him out. So Infamous refusing to go quietly early on in the game. It wasn't looking good for them, but they have fought back, and they are 1 point away from taking this victory. Great point by Damian Ryan and Brad McCurley. And Damian Ryan getting some kills out there, man. 10 confirmed for him. But pretty much everybody on Infamous has been contributing in this comeback. They went down 2-0 early on, but once they figured out what Impact was doing right, it's been all Infamous since then.
Yeah, without a question. I mean, Damian Ryan's making some good moves at the middle, getting some good shots in the break like he does, and then kind of delaying up the middle a little bit. Brad McCurley going to the corner. Zach patient. He's the wild card. He makes it in, he makes it, doesn't make it, either way. And on the Dorito side, you have Drew Templeton, doing some work over there with the other guys. So, I mean, they're pretty much across the board. Bobby Vales is playing well. We haven't seen him get a lot of spins. But the Bornstein brothers playing really well. So next out, looking at Corey Bornstein, Zach Wake, Robbie Villas, and Nicky Cuba. And then so far, Danny Park and Justin Cornell on the other side of things.
Yeah, Impact, after going up early, really unable to stop this run of LA Infamous. Only putting 1 point up. So Infamous is 6 after that. So
I think as the weekend progresses, we're going to see a lot more seesaw battles. I think this is Infamous's first game along with Impact's. They're going to learn the field a lot better. They'll make adjustments to their game plans. Because like we said earlier, Maddie, every field is different regardless if you practice it or not.
Yeah, I mean, even on the, it's the same layout, but there's little minute differences. And since paintball is a game of inches, any little tiny difference in an angle at any of these bunkers could change things up from whatever game plan you had at practice. Might have to tweak things a little bit. And then also you're getting a look at what these guys are actually really bringing to the table here. Sometimes when you play teams in practice, they're giving you different looks from what you're really going to see at the event. Now look at this, Impact on your left, Infamous on your right, Impact all the way up to the center. Justin Cornell looking. He's looking to, now he's gonna shut down the D side. And then look at this huge fill across. As looks like Nicky Cuba. Nicky Cuba looking fast, man. He's gained some size, but it doesn't look like he's lost any speed. And he was able to get out there alive. So, but that's a tough spot. They're not gonna be able to double that up for long. So they're trying to close out this match. You see there, Nicky Cuba's trying to hide in there, and he's going to think he just got shot on his loader. No, he's still alive in there.
I think he's looking to get in the snake, Matty.
Yeah, he wants to. You can tell by his body language. Always can tell by people's body language what they want to do. He's going to have to live by his gun here. He's trying to get as small as he possibly can. Danny Park is in the snake for, look at that. They're hugging each other in there.
It looks like Bobby almost got shot there, too.
And that's a tough position, though. And then
alone by himself.
Oh, but I think he got the shot in on him. So I think Nicky Cuba just got a good. It was either Nicky Cuba or Zach Wake in the back corner. Here comes Zach Wake. I think that might have been Wake. We'll see.
He's going to put it on Justin Cornell in the center here.
Nice job by Zach Wake. And that's going to let Nikki Cuba live a little bit more on that corner. Oh, and look at this. Zach Wake getting a shot on Justin Cornell. It was Zach Wake that got the shot on Danny Park. So there we go. Zach Wake stepping it up, trying to close the game out for LA Infamous. Still Justin Rabakoff alive for Impact here in Snake 1. You can see him there on your screen. And now here's Zach Wake making his move to the 50. Shooting cross field. Zach Wake launches, and he is going to try to trade out, but not able to get Justin Rabakoff in Snake 1. And now Justin and Nikki have mirrored each other's moves. Referee in there checking out Justin Rabakoff. So it's a Nikki Cuba, Justin Rabakoff snap shooting gunfight battle here on this sideline. Who's going to win? Is it going to be Impact or Justin Rabakoff? And Nikki goes in the inside. Nikki's trying to run the highway. You get to, oh, Nikki Cuba just owns Justin Rabakoff. Beautiful inside move by Nikki Cuba, outthinking Justin Rabakoff there. Justin Rabakoff was looking at a ton of bodies, though. It was really difficult for him in that situation. Nikki Cuba ended up prevailing. Wild moves are being done.
Look at this, though.
Yeah, Zach Yakmak making things try to happen over here on the D side, and I think he's able to do it. So we got ourselves a one-on-one situation.
Uh-oh.
Zach Yakmak stepped up. Was he taken out? Yeah, he did. So
out.
Zach Yakmak finally caught one over there. And Nikki Cuba, the last player left alive, stomping the ground, happy with his team's performance. And he should be. They fought from behind. They went down 2-0 to start it out. They swore to me they weren't going to get off to a slow start. They did, but hey, though, they won the game, and they did it in great come-from-behind fashion. Nikki Cuba stepping up there. Great shot on Justin Rabakoff, who's an amazing player in his own right. And we've seen some beautiful play out of him over the years. But Nikki Cuba, a little too crafty for him over here on the Snake side of the field. So great job by Wake, too, to get that first shot in on Danny Park to clear the Snake out initially. So solid work across the board from Infamous, getting a lot of production from pretty much their entire roster. Corey Bornstein had a great game. 5 confirmed for him. Nikki, Zach Wake, you know, just great performance from Los Angeles Infamous to get this first victory here against Edmonton Impact. So, man, I thought in the beginning it looked like Impact, they looked sharp and Infamous, they were not playing bad, but just really finally able to get it done here. Figure out, because what happened was in the beginning of that match, Impact was really able to utilize that off the break shooting, and they were the ones doing the attacking. Infamous was attacking as well, but not as well as Impact. But you know, as soon as those coaches figured out what Impact was doing for Infamous turned it back up. Amazing performance, 3-7 that final score. Let's check out this replay here. Nikki Cuba, look at this. He cuts to the inside. He's keeping his eye to see if that move is going to come down, and then he comes over the top, and then just when Justin Rabakoff comes out wide, he was able to get that shot in on him, and then he comes down and was able to be the last player left alive. And there's Nikki Cuba putting that last shot in, cross field, and pumping it up, doing the throat cut, Nikki's signature move. Anytime they get a victory, always going to get a throat chop from Nikki Cuba. He's a brutal man. So congratulations to Los Angeles Infamous, and it looks like we have Lauren Kelly on the sidelines. Let's listen in.
It's not my fault.
It's all your fault.
Hey guys, I am here with Damian Ryan from Infamous. Congratulations, you just won your first match of the weekend. A great way to start the new season off. Now, you picked up the Bornstein brothers, and Zach Patient is back from the injury. How is that improving your game?
It definitely helps. We got Zach Wake back from a hamstring injury. Zach Patient blew his knee out last year, and we picked up the Bornsteins. You know, it helps to have a full squad of 10 people that can produce and put in the effort that everybody else is. And you know, we have 2 full lines now, so we have a lot of looks to throw at people, where it's not the same 6 guys running point after point after point, running ragged like a skeleton crew we had last year. Definitely. And you've said it many times, you guys didn't produce and perform how you wanted to last season. What did you work on during the off season to make sure that was different this time around? Everybody's definitely putting in more effort. You know, the physical conditioning is there. Everybody has I hate to say we matured mentally because we're all kids, literally emotionally, but everybody just has a better perspective. You know, we all put so much time and work in that we want to win for each other. Like, people miss their families and friends, and you know, it's just a whole different mindset of we have to win this year. There's no other options. We're not going to play for relegation every Sunday like we did last year. Now, I have to ask, there are quite a few of you that are growing out this beard. Is that good luck for you? It wasn't planned, but now that it's kind of going, it's a little fear of the beard, the legion of beard. You know, and people seem to like it, and it's working so far. We're 1-0, which doesn't mean anything now, but help the first match, I guess.
All right, we'll see if the Legion of the Beard keeps working. Next up, we have X Factor versus Storm. We'll see who takes that one.